Five, four, three, two, one. Take a breath. Let's dive in. All right, welcome back. We have Uncle Danny once again, aka Dan Coletta.
Oh boy, here we go. Now he wants me to talk about love
I mean, it is the season. Valentine's Day is coming up,
right around the corner.
so let's talk about love.
Love. Well, yeah. Let's tear that word apart. What is love?
If you spell it backwards, it's evil. Because
Yeah.
love makes us do crazy things sometimes.
Yeah, it does. The old saying, for the love of God.
For the love of God. Exactly.
Yes. Love. Love is what? What is love? What is love? Is something that probably it makes you feel great. I mean, I think love is like that. Love is what everybody wants. Everybody wants that love.
I think love is a burden.
Really?
It is. I think love is a heavy weight to carry. Because if you love anything, you know that love is also sacrifice. Love can also mean that you put everyone else first and you put yourself last. Love could be that too.
That's love. Yes, that is. Yeah. So,
Love hurts sometimes.
yes. There's a song like that.
Yeah, love is pain. Love is everything.
Yeah.
Both good and bad, because we can do bad things out of love.
Well, yes,
or
you
for the
can.
ones that we love.
That's what you call protection.
Yes.
You got to protect. You protect the ones you love. But, yeah. So that comes in, yeah, love does come in many, many, many different ways like that then, when you put it that way. Yeah.
You know what I was thinking about the other day? I was lifting weights and I was struggling, and I was like, man, I can't lift weights like I did before. And it's because before I'd work out 6 days a week. And then with the first kid, I got down to working out 2, maybe 3 days a week. And then with the second kid, it took me 9 months to get back into the gym. And so it's, you know,
Well, you know why? Well, that is the reason that's love. Love for your children. There it is.
yeah,
You sacrificed. You sacrifice yourself for your children, for your family.
yeah,
And that's what love is, right there. There's some family that they may be married and they could have children, and they say, "Well, children are going to bog me down from my routine." Because you and your wife you talk about having children or whatever, whoever is, and if she wants them and you don't, and this and that, because it's gonna interfere with this and that. And it does, but that's where love comes in. That's where like you're saying, the sacrifice of love for your children and your family, and then that love goes. And once you have that love for your family, I think it goes broader. It grows and grows and grows because you see the other families, you see your inner and outer families, and it just keeps on growing like a snowball rolling down a hill. Bigger and bigger and bigger.
One of the things that's happened to me since I became a dad, and I think especially because I have a daughter as well, is I love and I understand more than I did before. I think when my son was born, my heart grew for the world.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah. Well, you look at the emotions you get, the love when let's say your family, you go visit your mother or father or vice versa, or your wife's, And when those grandparents are saying goodbye to their children or their grandkids, because you got to go back home and you're miles away or whatever, the love of them, that's why they bring the tears to their eyes.
Yeah.
It's the love.
Yeah.
You can grab your children or your grandchildren, you can squeeze them to you. That is love.
It is.
Yep. And everybody in the world has that.
Yeah.
Everybody. You can go anywhere and they have that. Now, does the man have more love than the mother? I think of a family, the mother holds the family together.
Yeah.
The mother has love. That love is probably like a flower. She's the center, and when it blooms out, when it's blooming, that's the family, the petals.
Yeah.
Because that's where it's at. It's like that. So, when I was growing up, my dad says, "Don't you ever talk bad to your mother."
Why?
Well, that's just the way you respect.
Yeah.
It's respect. It's respect,
I think respect is love too.
Yeah. And, hey, Jesus had a mother.
This is true. Jesus did have a mother.
Yeah. The Holy Mother, man. And there's the love right there, So love is, wow. Love is strong.
It is strong.
Ooh. Yes, it is.
I don't think that the people who work under me would ever realize how much I love them. Because the moment that I became a parent and I looked at the world differently, because I looked at the world with the understanding that everyone has a mom and a dad, and everyone is important. And as the leader, I am responsible for them when they're on the clock. And I take that responsibility very seriously. And I believe that it's my job to protect them as well.
That is absolutely right. You have to. You have anybody working on anything, you protect those guys or the girls. You protect them because that is your job. It's like love. Okay, I'll put it another way. Driving down the street, I'm from the north, so every once in a while you'll get the kids make a snowball and throw at you.
Yeah.
You don't get mad at them. To me, I laugh because you know what? I did it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
We all threw snowballs, and then we laugh a little bit and we run. But that was the way it was. We didn't get mad. The other guys didn't get mad. Sometimes they'll start with a snowball back and forth, fight. But that's just the way it is. But that's love. That's another form of love. Is just going with that moment.
Exactly. Just being understanding,
Yeah.
And just
not getting mad and running the kids down, that.
Yeah. You're a kid too. And I think that a lot of people forget that you were a kid too. You did the same thing. Now show some compassion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe I'm just getting soft. I don't know.
Well, you do. I mean, yeah, because you do start looking at, you start looking that way, and you do. You get soft for everything. You don't want. You can't walk around with a chip. You have to. You have to have that passion for everybody. It has to be there. Yep. And that's what love is.
I love thinking about how much I love my wife, because we've had maybe 4 actual bad arguments in our relationship, but the arguments never matter. You know what I mean? Like, it's like after it's done, it's done. I've never went to bed angry. I never.
Let me give you a word of advice about that. You should never go to bed angry.
Uh-huh.
The word of advice is that and everybody has arguments.
Yeah.
and everybody disagrees. Every marriage does. Just like I said before, you have disagreements. You settle the disagreements and never ever put your head down on a pillow mad at each other. Never, ever, ever, ever do that.
Yeah.
You wake up, you're done. You're done with your argument. You tell each other you love them, and go to sleep.
Exactly.
You say, you're forgiven. I forgive you. You forgive me. Love each other and go to sleep. Because you cannot go to bed still mad at each other.
Exactly.
That's the worst thing to do. In any relationship or any work relationship, it's the same thing. You disagree, you work it out, and you move on.
Like,
and it's the same with that.
I'll tell my guys, I said, all business is personal. It is personal. It's personal because you're a person. That's what makes it personal. Because if I come here, I wanted to be treated with respect, and I'm going to treat you with respect. Because if it wasn't personal, then it wouldn't matter if we didn't respect each other.
Well, what you gotta do is, when it comes to respect, you respect that person, and they'll respect you, like you said. But I always try to work the opposite way. With that, you show them respect, you'll get respect back.
Yes.
And some people it takes a long time to get that, but you still have to keep working on it, because you, as a boss, has to show them that, and you have to show them how to guide through those rough little disagreements. Gotta show them the respect of it, and that's how you become a good working companion.
I agree.
That way. Yeah.
It's not like it's not hard sometimes. Everyone has that one guy or that one girl on their team that is just a pain in the butt. And it may, and the more, and the more, how should I put it, that everyone else is good and everyone does the right thing, the more aggravating it is when that person does the wrong thing. And when I say the wrong thing, I'm not talking about just being a good worker or good work ethic. I mean just being a good person. Like, some people, they just have to create drama. They have to spread rumors. They have to do things like that. That's stuff that I personally don't like. And I think that as I get older, I want less of that in whatever environment I'm in. So it's frustrating dealing with that, you know.
Well, that's what you call that's the bad apple.
Yes, the bad apple.
The bad apple in that basket will wreck the whole basket.
Yeah.
So that you'll see that in family too. We're going to go back to the family
Let's
part
get
of
back
it.
to it.
So what you do, because every family has, one sleeping, so brother and sisters, they will argue back and forth a little bit, that. And so the mom or dad's got to get involved and say, "Hey guys, let's work this out. Let's do this now." And it is, you got different, it goes. They love each other, they do, but that love can't become hate.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of that goes around today. There's a lot of hate in their families, and it has to, somehow they have to work it out, because their love is still there. They got to search themselves to find out, where is that love inside me? Can I bring it back out again toward my brother, my sister, my mother, my father? Where is that love? I have to search for it. Search for that. And once you find it, it'll be okay. But you can't, the brother or sister that the other ones are all mad at that one bad apple.
Yeah.
You can't yell, scream, this and that. They will come back. Let them find themselves, work with them, show them. You know what they always said? Kill them with kindness.
Yeah.
They said, kill them with kindness. They'll come back.
And that's the other point. Love takes work.
Well, it takes, like you said earlier, understanding.
Yes.
It takes that. It takes that understanding, and when you have that love there and understanding, you know, here he goes. You know, the guys will bring home the flowers, bring home the candy to their wives and stuff like that. When it comes to your children, well, you're bringing them home something. You bring them out all the time. You go somewhere, you bring home a present, or you know, even when they get older, you know, they'll say, "Mom, Dad, you don't have to give me anything. I'm too old for this stuff." Well, you're bringing it. You'll bring it for their children.
Yeah.
You know, for their children. Here, I want this for this. You know, for your kids, and your children will see that and they'll learn from that because once their kids get older, they'll see the same thing. You know, it just keeps rolling down. And but that's, you know, love is understanding and everything. It's a whole bunch of stuff. It's a huge word.
It is a huge.
It's
It's a huge word. And you know, that's when I first came to America. You know, one of the things I didn't like, I thought was really weird, was I remember thinking, man, I had never heard the words "I love you." Like culturally, "I love you" is more of like a goodbye. You know, like it's like you're like or like you've done something so good that your parents are like, "I love you." Like you're not like "I love you" is not something that was ever really said. Like and you just don't hear it. You know, you don't hear it in music. You don't hear it. Things like that. But in America, I remember saying, "Man, Americans must be the most loving people in the entire world. Everyone says I love you." And it just that was it.
It's like when it's like when you're talking on the phone. Okay, goodbye.
Yeah.
Hey, I love you.
Yeah.
You know.
So that was just so.
And because that's it. You know, they you have to. I don't. It just brings out, and they do. You know, everybody should do that. You know, and you have a blessed day, or have a great day, or something like
Yeah.
that. That's another form. When they say that, when you say that, or God bless you, or something like that, that is another form of love.
Yeah.
And so you're expressing yourself. You're that that.
Yeah.
You know, you don't say, you don't, you know, if you have a bad day, you don't bring that bad day home. You, boom, get rid of it. Get rid of it. Don't even lock it inside you. Just get rid of it. Because that's what you gotta do. Just boom, get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're okay again.
Yeah, it's true.
You have to. You know, some guy, you're driving your car and somebody passes you and cuts you off or something like that. You know what? They might have that. They might be an emergency. You don't know that. So don't cuss at them. Don't go up there, give them a sign or something like that. No.
Don't give them the finger.
Yeah, you just, just let them go. Let them do it. You don't know the circumstance of that person. You know, that's just how it is. But that is another form. That's forgiveness. You know?
That is forgiveness is love.
Yeah, and that's another form. You know, that's what I'm saying. It just
Such a big
it's
word.
huge.
Big word.
And yeah. So what is love? God, love is the universe.
Yeah. Sometimes love is taking the pause to just say hello to a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, you're walking in the parking lot. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? You know?
You know how a couple weeks ago I told you I had to go to this convention
Yeah.
and there was a homeless guy outside and he said, "I don't need money or anything. I just need someone to talk to."
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Okay, we could talk." And I'm sure most people, I'm not going to say most people, sometimes we forget that everyone deserves a hello. You know, everyone deserves to just be treated like people. And just because you're not being mean to someone doesn't mean you're treating them like a person. Because when you're not saying hello, that means that that person is invisible. You just walk past and they don't have anyone to talk to. And he said something that broke my heart. He said that, being on the streets, you see all the things that everyone else doesn't see. You see the criminals, you see the drug dealers, and you're living in that. Whereas everyday people may not see the drug dealers dealing drugs and things like that. You may not be because you're not in that world.
Well, we talk about the drug dealers and the drugs, isn't that? Okay, what makes a drug dealer? It's somebody out there that is lost, that even lost love.
Yeah.
They have to fill that void, and they feel that if they do the drugs, do something that's in our young society is very smart. They're always smarter. Each society is smarter than the last, and they're smart and they know what they're doing. But there's that void, and they're using that drug to fill a void. They're not there. I don't believe they're there to hurt themselves, but it's just that void. That void is not having love. They have to fill it because it's hurting them so bad. And that drug is satisfying them from that void, which I don't know if they weren't hugged enough and when they were young or hugged enough when they got older. You know, the teenagers, if they weren't hugged enough where they could feel that just the love itself is a high.
Yeah.
And they have to get that back. And that's how you're going to construct some of the, the, the place where we're at now. We're overcome by that,
Yeah.
And if we can show, if they can feel that love, they wouldn't go with that in that position they would be in. And we wouldn't have the problem we have today with what we have everywhere.
Exactly.
It's everywhere. It's not just here. It's everywhere. So every neighborhood has it. Every neighborhood.
It's true.
And I really believe that's how it has to be. You have to get that back into you. But there's another thing. There's love. Love will heal your body.
It is. It's true. If you're depressed, if you're stressed out, that can harm your body. Stress kills.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Stress kills and love heals.
Yes. Yes, it does.
We should put that on a shirt.
Yep. But oh yeah. And we all have to talk. I mean, you can't sit in the corner. You can't sit in your room in front of a computer all day. No, that's not communication. It's face to face. It's eyes to eyes. Your eyes is communicating with the other eyes you're looking at while you're talking to. So you have that communication. It's not on Facebook. It's not on whatever social media you want to go to. It's not on that. It's human being to human being talking, showing the emotions, showing that. And we have to try to stress that because we're getting to more and more communications through our devices.
Yeah.
Which we're losing that feeling of love then.
Yeah. It's true.
And that separates us from that communication between skills, between what would you want to call it? Aura? I mean, what would that be? You only,
just face-to-face communication.
Yeah.
It's scary to a lot of people. I mean, most people, you go to a lot of places, people don't say hello anymore.
No.
And that's so weird to me. When you go out and you're gonna have dinner with friends or a family, and the waiter or the waitress comes up to you, and they're like, "Oh, what will you be having?" And they don't say hello. They don't.
Yes.
Would you like you go in and they go, "Would you like a high top, or would you like a booth?" Like no one says, "How are you doing today?" So
yeah.
In my head, I'm like, why am I even here? Now the meal isn't appetizing anymore because I didn't feel the love.
You gotta show the love. There again. You gotta show wherever you go. Huge word.
And this, I wanted to do this episode. I didn't know how I wanted to do it because love is complicated, but I like to think about love in the way that I understand it. That we say love is complicated, but love is really simple.
Mm-hmm.
Love is just, we all have a gut. We have a gut feeling. We know when we do bad things, and we can make excuses for the bad things we do, but it doesn't mean we still don't know what love is. It's just that some of us are afraid to love because we don't want to be hurt.
Well,
You know what I mean?
I know what you're saying. Yeah, yeah,
Like,
but you you gotta have that. You gotta have that. If you want, you just have to have that. The love you gotta have, and so that's where it comes back to Valentine's Day.
Valentine, yeah,
There
Valentine.
you go. And they're trying to get that love out where everybody has go out and hug everybody that one day. Tell everybody in the world you love each other. You know, we are the world. There's that song. We are the world, and it goes get the world together and love each other. There it is. Show the emotion of love for each other.
The hardest things to do is, I think, it's hard for a lot of people to love themselves. I think most people will try to love a lot of people, and then they don't love themselves. So they're giving something they don't really have for themselves. And that makes them dry. Like how you meet some people that just try to please everyone. They're trying to constantly please everyone,
Well,
make everyone happy. And they're good people, but they also get used and abused because they just want to be loved and be accepted by everybody else around them.
well,
That's sad.
wow.
Totally, I'm getting old, so that's what things like that make me sad.
Mm.
Whenever I see it, or whenever I see two people in a relationship, and that from experience that that person loves the other person, but the other person doesn't.
Well, there's where you have to. There's where it comes back where it says, when you lose it, you got to get it back.
Exactly.
That falls right back into that again. And when you lost it, you got to really fight to get that back because you got to have that back. To survive anything, you have to have that love still in you. You got to have that glow. If you don't have it, yes, you don't have that glow for yourself. You know,
And
it's, we have that sense. I really believe we do have that sense. If, you know, you can tell that guy's a nice guy. That guy has love in his heart.
yes,
And there again, there's where love, the sign of the heart is love. Valentine's Day, the big heart. There's where it is. The old saying, that girl has a big heart. Well, then yep, there it is again. Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
If you could do anything in the world that could show or teach people just like what love is, what would it be? What would the thing be that you do? Just teach people how to love or just show love, whatever.
Forgiveness.
Forgiveness.
Forgiveness is love.
Why did you choose forgiveness?
Why? Because
Uh-huh.
there's a lot of forgiveness this world needs. And that'll show the love right there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Forgiveness is hard sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yes, it is.
It is.
You got to swallow your pride.
Yeah.
Swallow it and bring the love out. Yeah.
You know how it's funny how like you can forgive so many people in the world. It can be so hard to forgive the people you love the most.
Well, because because you love those people. Let's say, and they did something bad towards you,
Yeah.
and they really didn't mean it, but they could have been the same way. I got a little hardness, and I'm a little hard towards you, and they did something that really, but you love the person, and yeah, it hurts you because you gave him the love, and you gave her the love, whoever, the show, and they come back to you and do that, and that is hard, but you just got to fight for it. You got to try to help them there, bring it out, get rid of that negative
Yeah.
and bring it out. It is tough. It is tough.
Like me and my father, we're not on good terms.
Yeah, well, you got to be on good terms. Sooner or later, you won't have a father.
I don't know.
Your father. It is tough. There's a tough thing for you right there.
It is. It is. I'm not gonna lie.
Fathers are always rough on the boys because that's just the way they were. My dad was rough on me. Hey, he put me in a spot where you got to work, provide for your family. And then when they grow up, your kids, yes, work, teach them. I mean, don't, you work for what you got.
Yeah.
Don't look for him. You work for what you got. And that's the way it is. You will be rewarded at the end. You'll be rewarded at the end. But you have to really keep going. And what I'm talking about when I say work, that's helping everybody. That's out there to help people, to help the need that needs it. That they may not be able to do that. Watch out for the little children of this world. I mean, that's where it's at too. There's too much of that stuff going on, and everybody, every adult, every person, a young adult, everyone out there has to pay attention to the young kids of this world and protect them. Every one of them.
It's true.
You protect those little children, you'll be very well rewarded in life.
I agree.
And that's another thing.
Forgiveness, though, that part, I think that it's true. Like, pride makes it hard. Pride does make it hard.
Well, everybody has pride. You gotta have pride. Everybody has pride. But how you have to control it. You control pride. You don't flaunt it. You just control it.
Mm-hmm. I never try to be anything that I'm not. And I think being true to who you are and being honest with people, it goes a very long way. And that's a way that it can really show love too. Love isn't just like through the actions of, oh, I bought you this or I did that. Love is also you being honest with yourself and you being just real in general. And when you're an honest person, you're a good person, everyone sees that. You never know who's watching you. One of the things that I learned in the last couple of years, you never choose to be anyone's hero. If someone respects you and someone looks up to you, you didn't choose that for yourself. But the moment that someone respects you and looks up to you, you now have a responsibility to that person. Isn't that crazy?
Wow. But that goes to everybody, and that's everybody. Now, if they had that,
yeah,
look what could happen. You wouldn't have what we had. We wouldn't have to have the police and not as many as we had. We wouldn't have the crime. Let's go that way. We wouldn't have the crime if we did that. We wouldn't have the high crime. We wouldn't have it around the world. We would be very, very good with that.
Yes.
And it's maybe your smaller towns have that little bit close knit thing. Your bigger cities, they have to become, just because you're a big city doesn't mean you can't be a close knit. You can't know people and respect them and honor them where you're not trying to steal from them.
Exactly. Just trying to make a quick buck.
Yeah. Just live a comfortable life. Oh yeah. There's a lot to it. There's a lot to it, but you just got to. I don't know.
I told you, love is a burden. Sometimes, man, it is a burden. It is.
But you have to have it.
But it's necessary.
It is very necessary.
It is necessary.
Fulfills your heart.
It does. Like love is tiring, man. I realized that since I became a parent, there's no amount of sleep that I could ever get that will ever make me not tired.
I don't know about that.
It's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's maybe, or maybe it's because I'm on the younger side of being a parent, but it's like, oh, it's like I'm always tired,
Wow.
but I'm happy though. That there's
Oh yeah.
that's the other part of it. It's like it's not a miserable tired. It's a happy tired. It's, oh, I just came from work. Oh, we're gonna play outside for 4 hours.
Well, that's what it is. And the reason why you do it, I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah,
It it goes by super fast.
yeah. You
You
only
know,
get to do this once.
you only do it once, and it goes by real fast.
Yeah.
And it doesn't. That's the way it is. You know, you never know when the your end is, and so grab them, hug them, and always tell me about them.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
When I grow up, I want to be just like you.
Oh my goodness. No, not like me.
I know.
Better, always better, always better, 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 better.
No,
And then the world will be a better place. Everybody, grow on it, grow on that, grow, 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 and be better, better with the love and the understanding and the forgiveness. You can do that. That is, you're going to be in a happier place. And that's about it.
it means a lot to me that you're on the podcast.
No.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Well,
I
good,
do.
good.
I love the nuggets of wisdom.
Basically, you said wisdom, but you know what it is? It's almost like it's like common sense, but that's what we were here for.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for. We're here for that. We're not here for the chaos. We're not here to drive people free. We're here to understand and love each other. And yes, we have to forgive each other to some of the things sometimes because we're all not perfect. There's not a perfect one on us. There was only one guy, one that was perfect, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
One. Everyone else, we have sins.
It's true every day.
And
I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done that.
but we do. But that's where forgiveness. That's where the love comes. Understanding. Gotta have that. Got to. And with that word, God bless you.
Thank you.
Yep.
If you enjoyed today's content, please like and subscribe for more. Be free.